one of the craziest things that no one realizes about sort of the Sahih Bukhari collection, and especially when people say it's the most authentic book after the Quran, is that every single copy it comes through one guy, which is Al-Farabri, right? And this one copy via one guy, right? I want you to imagine this: the whole sort of the institution of Islam. And I say this as a Muslim as well. Before you're like, who is this guy, right? I am a Muslim, chill, but a Muslim that found Islam back after sort of using my reasoning and sort of having more of a spiritual awakening, and then understanding that Islam truly is the truth. Islam is the truth. However, realizing how these regimes have used hadith essentially for control. But now you're back to Al-Farabri. You look into Al-Farabri, that's one person that vouched for it. You can look this up yourself. Now, who was there to vouch for him in his time? Nobody. Nobody vouched for him. Nobody vouched for him, which is crazy. No one vouched for this guy called Al-Farabi. I want you to understand how crazy it is. Sahih Bukhari, as we have it, transmit, and there's already issues within that, and there's been scholars that have talked about the issues in these Sahih collection. It's just not discussed on the outside, and the reason why it's not really discussed a lot outside is because it shakens sort of the institutionalized version of Islam. And then once that shakens, then people, what happens to the iman? But I feel people need to know the truth. So you can look into the evidence yourself, look into the historical references, all of that I will give you, and then you use your reasoning abilities to think for yourself, right? The fact is with Farabri, there was no one to say that he was reliable until 200 years later. 200 years later, then someone came and said, yeah, do you know what? He's actually trustable. It's so crazy when you think about it. It's like someone, me trying to vouch for someone is like the 1825. I'm like, you know what? And you guys trust me, bro. Let's build Islam on the back of this. I know it sounds crazy, and this is what happens is when people get brainwashed to such an extent that they will defend everything. They will even defend something as this, and they will go against things like even the Prophet ﷺ, sort of, and the age of Sayyidina Aisha. Go against that. Like there was literally, I don't even want to say it's so disrespectful of like marrying and going like sleep with them. I just don't even want to say it. I can't even say it, bro. It's so weird to me, man. And I just feel like there's so many of us that feel that way and know that's not the truth. And when you think critically, when you can step out of the institution, then you see that this is this disrespect on the Prophet ﷺ. Attributing these hadiths to his name, where essentially saying that women have less intelligence, right? Or just things that just don't make sense. Patriarchal hadiths, essentially, that are justifying